Hooty hoo.
Hooty hoo, how long gone? We're in the same room. I've made it to Glendale after traversing the treacherous waters of John F. Kennedy International Airport this morning at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Make some noise for Kennedy.
Make some noise. And I also want to fall on my sword and pat myself on the back. I did receive the Delta One upgrade, and I did give it to my wife.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know.
Make
fellas,
some hold for applause.
It's a real, you know, if I got the Delta One upgrade and gave it to my partner and didn't talk about it on my podcast, did the upgrade ever get upgraded?
Because I was like, she's like, oh, you can have it. I'm like, don't fucking bullshit me. We all know the deal here. And I learned something.
We talked about this though. It's a one.
Maybe in your life it is. In my life it's not. But
okay.
what happened, what I learned, which is interesting, is that I booked our tickets on the same credit card at the same time on the phone, and we have different return flights. Therefore, our reservations are only linked, but not like super linked. So like,
you need them to be super linked.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, well, why didn't somebody tell me this when I was doing it? They're like, oh yeah, sorry, I don't know.
Holidays, they're crazy.
Holidays. But yeah, JFK was the craziest I've ever seen it. But listen to what happened. This is dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
But because
you went from Toronto, to paint the picture, Toronto, layover at JFK.
No, we went home.
You went home for like a day.
We got back. Our Porter Airlines, fuck Porter Airlines, I'll never fly it again, from Toronto City to Newark, was delayed 3 hours for crew reasons.
Hey, I mean, at least it didn't crash or explode. That seems to be every other flight happening right now.
It could be, yeah. It's not South Korea, but it's not great. And then we made it home. I was able to go to my home Equinox, repack, send some emails, right back to the airport. But JFK was the crazy. I guess it's like the construction's really bad. And we had an Uber driver that took the wrong way, which has never happened to me before in 15 years of going to JFK. Like, just took the longest route possible. But we got there.
That's happened to me before, actually.
And because my beautiful, beautiful wife is foreign, she doesn't have the kind of...
she doesn't have the visa to live here, the H1N1.
She's got all that. She's got the H1. She's got bird flu, but she doesn't have the... Because of that, she's not able to have pre-check or clear anything. You can't do that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So when I fly with her, I make it known, like a total asshole, that you're impeding my process. This is fucking, you're killing me.
Right.
It's so smooth. So we're in the regular line for security, which obviously I haven't done in centuries. And we're like, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it. I haven't missed a flight. You know what I mean? We're going to miss it.
I'm the nice one on the podcast. You can never fly with your wife again.
I'm telling you,
you can never travel with her again.
I said maybe what we can do is we take different flights. I'll buy it, put you in Delta One. Does that ease the pain of not having your travel buddy? You know?
And also that way she gets the priority boarding.
Exactly.
Despite her
listen to what happened.
Unluck in terms of
her unlucky status in this country.
Yeah.
So we're in line and we're like, oh, we're not going to make it. We're fucked. And I never think that. I always think I'm going to make it. I refresh my Delta app. The upgrade comes through. We leave the line, go to the Delta One entrance, go through the private security.
What song played in your head? The Bodyguard soundtrack plays when you?
No, I really did.
You look at your phone. You drag the app down to refresh, and then it hits, and it boom. You pick Alex up, cradle her in your arms, and run her to the Delta One line.
Well, I was.
What about my bag? There's no time.
I was dramatic. I was like, I just fucking lifted the little like dividers. I just lifted the divider.
You lifted the stanchion. Willy-nilly goes flying.
They snap back. I said, move.
We got a oneer. It's like Delta. It's like we got a runner, but for Delta One.
But we made it, and that was. I think we wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for. So thank you to Delta for continuing to come through for me in a pinch.
Money can't buy happiness, but status can.
It really can. It really can. But I'm just happy to be here. You know, holiday travel, I feel like I've always avoided the pitfalls by choosing the right days. And I think that those right days are dwindling. I think the amount of right days are becoming smaller.
Yeah. We were talking about this on the last episode about how Christmas is shifting. And I think I listened to Tim Dillon's podcast, and he mentioned a little bit at the beginning saying that like his theory is that people were still recovering from the election and all the shit going on in the world and Ukraine, you know, just all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world that they're just like, we can't even deal with Christmas right now. Like we're still dealing with all this other stuff. But I got lucky with my travels because I flew to Albuquerque Airport,
right.
And you know,
hey, and don't disrespect it again. You know, it's the Albuquerque Sunport.
Albuquerque Sunport. That's right.
The coolest, one of the greatest airports in this country.
Really amazing. It's one of those airports that's so good. You're okay that has carpeting.
Oh yeah, it's truly out of a time warp in the best way. Like the plants, there's all these like local plants.
It
growing.
reminds me of like when you're watching famous Christmas movie Home Alone and they like run to the airport and they're like talking to a woman and like, you know, like the kindness of strangers. Everyone is a good human. And you know, it was such a rare instance to like, we walked into the door, sliding doors open, just 4 people in the whole airport. And there's the Delta counter, one woman smiling, not looking at her phone, not doing some bullshit, just like ready to welcome you. Hello, 0 people in line. And just like, here you go.
No,
everything
beautiful.
is fine, right? It's so cool. But when we landed on Christmas, there was no traffic. Got home and we got super, super lucky. But all that is to say, I think Christmas is shifting. And I think that this time of year, we don't care about Christmas anymore, but we also don't leave the house.
Yeah.
Unless it's to see Nosferatu.
Yeah, people really be talking about like the week between Christmas and New Year's. It's like it doesn't count. What day is it?
Cookies and calories do not count.
And I say this is the time for real hustlers to get a kickstart on the upcoming year. You think, oh, you're just going to start your resolutions January 1st?
Mm-hmm.
I started mine December 25th, so I'm already out ahead.
It's sort of like, what can I do for myself next year today? And that's why we're both podcasting with weighted vests on right now.
Okay, so
because every calorie burned is a calorie earned.
We've hit a new high and low, I would say.
Go on.
And so this Amorpho, which is the cool weighted vest,
the Rolls Royce of weighted vests,
sent us a couple weighted vests.
The Iron Neck of weighted vests.
10 pounds.
Yeah.
And
which doesn't feel like a lot, but it has some weight to it.
But it makes me feel, and this is scary, like a cop when I put it on. It makes me feel like I have a bulletproof vest on. If I wear it in the car and I get into a road rage thing, I might let somebody shoot. You know what I mean? Because I think I'm protected.
They pull out the thing and you say, no biggie.
Go right ahead. I have my body cam on. So, but
so you maybe have realized, you know, I just watched Babygirl. You saw it before, but it's sort of like, you know, I'm not able to come unless somebody is raping me, is the plot of the movie. And you're saying, I'm a tactical guy now. Like, you knew that you wanted to be a cop. We tiptoed around it. We danced. We made jokes. But then this is a way for you to, I put a vest on that's giving tacticality. I
think it's a little bit.
It's like when I was doing Kratom for a while. It's like, it's a gray area.
It feels like that combined with 50 Cent hanging upside down on the bar.
Yeah.
Two iconic moments in my life.
Remember the first time you saw that video?
So sick.
And 50 pops into the frame from up top instead of the other way around? I said,
didn't he do that at the Super Bowl? Or did he
did it for something, yeah. I think it must have been the Super Bowl.
He wanted to show he's put on a little water weight, but he still looked good.
Mm-hmm.
No, the weighted vest
he can still hang.
It feels a little don't tread on me, I will say.
Okay.
Which I hate the police. I want to be very clear. Fuck 12. But this does. If I wear this into Equinox West Hollywood this afternoon, what do you think is going? What do you think the vibe is going to be?
Rough trade.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. But
because that's the thing. It's like a normal weighted vest. It does feel like a piece of military gear. Yeah. It's like it's kind of a small, tiny bralette kind of thing, and then you can put little weights in it. This is a more. It's like a vest that Diplo or Orville Peck would wear, except it happens to be weighted.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So I think it sort of is giving that illusion of like, hey, I'm wearing, you know, assless chaps and a leather daddy vest kind of vibe.
It really, in LA, hiking with this makes a lot of sense. it feels very wearing it to the gym is a step that I'm willing to take, obviously, but I don't know if everyone is.
I put the vest on and Carolyn said I looked like trade. And I was like, do you know what trade means exactly?
It could be. It is giving Troye Sivan backup dancer as well.
That word trade, I think I had to like look up the exact definition of it because I think it's a little bit of a gray area for us straights. But I guess it's like somebody that's on the DL, bi, straight, or whatever, that is basically offering you dick and you can choose to take it or not.
That's right. That's my understanding.
Very similar to the Dave Chappelle line about every time a guy talks to an attractive woman, he's offering sex.
Yes.
Just in the off chance that I'm bagging your groceries, Emily Ratajkowski, in the off chance that you do want to have sex with me, I'm letting you know. Do you want some dick?
I'm putting it out there.
Can I give you some dick? Same kind of vibe. And then it's up to the gay person to decide if I'm going to have sex with them or not.
I can't.
And that's what my wife told me I look like.
I can't wait to try it, honestly. It felt cool to put it on. And I feel like it's enough weight to feel it, but then manageable.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You're not going to
I think the word you're looking for is perfect.
Yeah, I'm looking for perfect weight. That's what I've been searching for my whole fucking life.
Perfect weight, perfect girth, perfect length. I want to know, can you wear that on the plane though? Like, is it?
They'd probably flag you for that. They probably would want to. What if I just?
Because it has some metal in it, but also so does my jacket.
See, this is why we need a camera crew with us, like we're Rick Ross in 2010. Like I just do it at the airport. We just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I got my camera guy with me.
Mm-hmm. I guess you could do it in a Drewski kind of way, but
That's
then
true.
Those types of like airport pranks gone wrong usually end in federal prison.
They
time.
usually really end in wrong. Is the problem with that? That's true.
I would like to see you and I sitting in 3A and 3C, both of the vests on, looking like the black guy with the Trump hat who making sure everyone looks at you like, yeah, it's a weighted vest on the plane.
What do you do? I just got my laptop out. I'm just doing. I got my bala bangles on my ankles and wrists for typing.
Your little feet going boom, 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 boom.
And then I stand up every half hour and do 10 squats in the galley.
Yeah, people look at you and you're like, oh, I'm impressed. And then they turn around to see what you're looking at on the screen. They're like, that's right. He's looking at the map. The way he should be.
You know that motherfucker's looking. He's either looking at Hypebeast on Google or he's looking at the map. He
ain't watching New Frasier.
No, and we're not watching anything. I didn't turn the screen on today once.
On the plane?
No.
Good for you.
No.
Get some reading done?
Yeah, actually, I've been reading Paradise Logic. Sophie Kemp's book.
Fucked up book.
It's good. I love it.
Okay, good.
I like love it.
Oh.
We're gonna talk to her, but I met her. I'd never met her actually. I met her recently at the Airmail Christmas party, and I was like, I'm only 50 pages in, but I love this. It's like
twisted ass book.
I've never read anything like it, but in a good way.
I finished that book Vivienne as well.
Oh, you actually read that?
I read it. Yeah.
Is it?
I bought it and read it.
Is it good?
It is good. Yeah.
Okay. I'm look. I didn't know.
It involves the art world.
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Two closely related subjects.
Old people, young people.
It's got everything.
Podcast.
Well, that did pique my interest.
Yeah, it's good. It's the kind of book where you're like, oh, I can already see the movie.
It's short though, right?
It was a quick read, yeah. I finished most of it on my travels to the American Southwest.
Did you buy it on Amazon or a bookstore?
Amazon.
Okay.
Like a real man.
No, I didn't. I feel like I looked on Amazon. I couldn't find it. Oh no, I went to McNally Jackson and asked for it, and they didn't have it. And I was like, "What's your purpose?"
Step your game up, McNally. Okay, let's see. Yesterday I went to the RealReal to do a return.
The days are numbered, bro.
In what way?
RealReal just has to go out of business soon because it doesn't make sense and it's losing so much money, and the model is so flawed. That something has to happen, but I don't. It's
Elon Musk has to buy the RealReal.
It's not if, it's when.
Okay, I have a few thoughts. Because like every time I go, I mean, everyone uses the RealReal retail brick and mortar as a place to
drop off
or return items. You buy it online and then whatever. So every time you go to the retail storefront, it's like disheartening. You walk in, the cash registers to buy things, just ghost town,
Yeah, no
tumbleweed.
one's-
And then, there's 50 people in the returns and consigns. So a lot of stuff going in, nothing coming out. And that can only last for so long. But I think that it's up to people like me,
Okay.
tall people with some income that is expendable.
Some income.
it's-
Just tall people with some income to kind of keep it afloat.
Tall people,
I'm buying
people who are very tall who know what long vong.
I'm gonna buy
loafers
$50
are.
pants till the cows come home and keep the lights on over there in WeHo.
What it is it's tall people, mostly NBA players, but I think that the RealReal can sort of just shift gears, downscale into a more specialty size item kind of
A
thing.
big and tall.
Maybe big and tall because there's enough of an ecosystem of basketball players using their millions of dollars, fame and status to receive these ugly ass Christian Louboutin size 18
Yeah.
animal print spiky pattern shoes and there's enough tall people with less money like me who can buy it all.
Who will buy those
Who will-
for a discounted price?
Yeah, there's thousands of millionaire tall guys who have access to clothing that us regular civilians don't have access to.
That's true.
Someone's gotta buy it.
Yeah, somebody's got to keep patron of the new in business, not just Travis Kelce. But I think that
Yeah,
that
Wemby doesn't like all of the clothes he
No,
gets.
Wemby-
Pass it down to the homie.
it's like you're right. I mean, I think the RealReal is obviously an amazing thing, and it allows people to it's changed how women dress for sure, because it's like you can wear all the designer items you want that you've lusted after on Tumblr and Pinterest and Instagram.
2007 Miu Miu skirt
Yeah.
for $100.
Yeah, it's like it's an amazing. That's what I mean though. It's too good to be. It's like it's too good, because the real issue is also the intake and shooting everything and how much work that requires.
AI.
Yeah, but it's just not feasible.
I agree.
That's the problem.
There has to be some type of situation where it's like a
Plus, it's got
rendering of it, where it's like
it's an idea.
you have to lose something, like for the Birkins and for the Balenciaga chainmail, like
For the $50 Charvet button up, we gotta get an
here's a
artist
picture of
rendering.
it, just like how Amazon do it.
Yeah.
If it has a hole in it, we won't sell it to you, but
Otherwise,
it's going to be a used shirt. You know what that looks like,
Yeah.
and then we'll just kind of.
I think you're right, but I mean, it's an amazing service, and I'm sad to know that it's going to go away. But then there's the other ones like Vestiaire, the European basically is quite good. The prices might be a little higher, but I also think that it's just the
prices at RealReal are too low to be true.
You know who the real winner is? eBay. No one's going to be able to touch eBay. If you know what you're looking for, eBay is always better. If you don't know what you're looking for, the RealReal will, or Vestiaire or whatever will win.
Yeah, that's the thing, is everyone wants to have a curated experience, but
I mean, because I remember back in the day, I had friends that had wild fucking eBay methods and searches and saved stuff for Japanese designers, and I mean, it was just it was a real skill if you learned how to do it. But
and it still is.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
love
for
it.
sure. I just bought a fucking Judge shirt on eBay yesterday. I lowballed the motherfucker and
You
got
bringing
him.
it down?
Got him. Bro, my friend, so this guy I buy shirts from all the time, Disorder Vintage on Instagram. He's got
You
me.
lowball him and then you shot him out? Damn.
No, this is
cold-blooded.
two different
guy.
people.
Got it. Okay.
But Disorder Vintage, my man, is he knows what I like. So he'll send, he'll be like, I got this. Do you want it? It's an XL.
This is the way business should work. This
It's
is
great.
The way small business
I love
works.
the guy. He sold a fucking Ride long sleeve for $6,000 last week.
Oh my god.
And it was like made news on music sites, because I bought this amazing Stroke shirt from him for $150, but whatever. But he has, what's crazy is that people are buying K Records t-shirts for $1,000. I'm just this is so fucking niche. How can this, how is this possible?
Destruction of the middle class.
But is it really? But am I gonna? Is the possibility that I'm gonna see Travis Scott wearing a K Records shirt? And the answer is yes.
I mean, we've talked about it. The amount of people who are yes, I will buy a dumb T-shirt for $1,000 that I've never heard of. It's such a small group of people who are like you said, a K Records T-shirt or some obscure dumb band that no one's ever heard of, that the people who would love it can't afford it, and the people who can afford it have no idea what it is. And it's just up to like whoever.
There's a handful of.
There's
people.
3 white guys with beards and tattoos who decide what everyone
It's fucked up.
wears in that situation.
It's fucked up. It's honestly, I follow so many of these accounts.
Shout out to Luke. You don't have a beard, but you know.
I follow so many of these accounts and like look at so much of this stuff, and the prices are just. I mean, I saw an Aphex Twin show. I really wanted to get you. It was a good price, but it's sold out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hopefully it continues to be. I mean, I guess not hopefully, because I didn't save all of these shirts. But
I think I might get rid of some soon.
I think as the future continues on and this type of shit goes on more and more, I think it's going to create a real hoarding society where everyone has storage facilities of all of their bullshit, just in case the offshoot that it turns into a hyper collectible rare item.
I want it to be about money, but it's just not. Like, I don't even care. I've never thought about
it
selling
can never
anything.
be about money.
No, but I think for me, I would maybe do some trades, like 3 of these for 1 of these type situations.
Okay.
Of something I would maybe.
I didn't know we had that type of malleability.
Yeah, they love a trade. Oh yeah, but it's tough because it's just got to be like
Sounds
how
like my
bad
wife.
how bad do you want it, you know?
Sure. I mean, it's like the real estate market. There's still good people out there who are like, I'm not just going to sell it to a Chinese cash offer. I want this to go to a good, wholesome family,
I read your
just
letter.
like my own.
I read your letter. The fact that we've gotten to that point where you have to write a letter to spend millions of dollars to buy a house is so gross.
And you think this is the Chinese's fault?
No, I didn't say that. I think it's white gentrification. I think it's like Highland Park's fault.
I think it's a good thing that you have to earn your way in.
No.
You have to prove to somebody with a good heart that you are also another person with a good heart.
But no one has a good heart. Everyone's trying to make money.
Wrong. You can have a good heart and make a little money.
I would maybe. I don't have faith
sure.
in the American people like that. I think if you're...
That's how we're in the house that we're podcasting right now, bro.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I actually, I don't think we had to write a letter because I was like, I'm not fucking doing that out of principle.
And they're like, you're hired.
I just don't think... Because it doesn't feel... That doesn't feel... Well, it doesn't feel fair or genuine because it really is about money. And then some people are good writers and some people aren't. Some people feel, some people are naturally able to do that. Some people, if I'm a fucking finance guy and I'm like, well, I got $5 million, take it. And they're like, well, no, but I'm a screenwriter and I just wrote you this beautiful letter.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem fair.
Well, look, if somebody's offering $5 million for $1 million house, you're going to take it. I don't care who it is. But if it's a seller's market, you have 10 people who want to buy your house.
Yeah, of course.
And then you're like, okay, I guess I can decide who this house goes to, so I feel good about myself.
No, I'm taking only money. Once I'm out of the house, it don't like people that hold on to stuff like that.
What if you got 10 offers? They're all coming in for 3.2 across the board.
Yeah.
You're asking 2.9. Everyone's coming in over same level. You just give it to alphabetical order, whoever put it in first, or how does it work?
Best looking people.
Okay. Well, that's the same exact thing as writing. You're writing a letter, but it's a face card.
I'm trying to beautify the neighborhood.
Do you prioritize the face card or the body tee more when it comes to the real estate development?
Oh shit, that's tough.
Let's go pay some bills.
I guess if I got 5 offers for 3.2.
Yeah. But one of them's a 5.
First round is, do you have pets? If you have pets, you're out. Second round,
you know that the house is being sold, so you'll never walk in it again. So why do you care what?
Because I want to set a it's for me.
Okay,
that's for me.
Culling the herd.
Yeah, we no pets, and then it goes.
The only people who are allowed to have pets in your future, they're homeless.
Or
you want to have a pet that belongs outside? Your ass living outside with it. You want to live inside a house?
Oh,
stop having animals.
The cat's indoor, outdoor. I hope your tent's got a zipper.
I hope your cat tent has a doggy door.
I don't. Yeah, so we'd start there, and then we go on looks, and then we go on looks and status.
So this is like when the black people pop the balloon on TikTok.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
You're like, all right, who got a dog? Pop, 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 pop.
Exactly.
Easy, half of them out. Like
it's
that.
Easy. I just think it's more fun that way because if the money's the same, let's have fun with it. Let's not judge people on if they went to NYU for creative writing.
Look, but I would say that writing a letter is pretty open to anyone. It's like just because you have the most well-crafted piece of writing, technically, fundamentally, doesn't mean that's going to tug at the heartstrings of every seller. Every lock has a key, and sometimes if the person,
Bruno Mars, relax.
If the is that a cocaine joke with the key?
No, that
just sounds like something
that
he
just
would
sounded
say.
like a top 40 lyric.
Every lock has a key, and my key is currently busy right now. So if you,
my key's got a pile on it.
my key could use a dusting. So like if Theo Vaughn is selling a house and he goes through all of his letters and one of them was written in crayon and it's like,
he
me
might
like
respond.
house, me
You're
have
right.
money.
Okay.
He's like, all right, this is the one.
I've actually never thought about it that way. Honestly, I didn't think about that. You're absolutely right. Because I feel like most people try to, because this happens with like music stuff too. You like write, if you want someone on your song, you write them like a letter explaining to them why but that's not competitive. It's different. But
I want somebody on the podcast. I'm going to write a letter to say like, hey, I really want blah, blah, blah. I really want Joe Budden on the podcast. How do I think I know how his head works, and I'm going to,
I think we should.
It's like on Avatar when the two tails start touching. I feel like I know how to.
I think we should
get his little nut off.
I think we should both write letters to Joe Budden separately.
To whom it may concern.
But I told you this in the chat, and this is big news. I think Ish or Ice from the Joe Budden podcast got $1 million on a scratch off.
This is a thing that I've been thinking about ever since you told me that. Because so there's like a rumor. I want to know how a rumor starts.
I think that they like alluded to it on the show, and then people started to like figure it out.
Okay,
is what I haven't delved into it super deep.
Sure. Well, and it's hard because you started listening to the episode a week ago, and you're still on
chipping away.
You're almost halfway done.
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
he was talking about some shit. He's like, all right, we're gonna do that in the third hour. Tracy Morgan came up to me the next game. We're gonna wait. I'm like, third hour?
Yeah. That's crazy. But what it had me thinking, a lot of people will like write these threads and tweets and things like, if you win the lottery, here's the 10 things that you do. And it's like like as soon as you win the lottery, you have to change your entire life, close all your bank accounts, close your, everything, living trusts, ghost
hide from
account,
your family,
hide from everything. You have to basically go into hiding or else your life will be ruined by predators and whatever. Yeah. And that doesn't sound very fun. But if you win $1 million and you're already a wealthy-ish person, then it's just like, yeah, suck my dick. But but you never know what it's like when you win the lottery.
$1 million.
It's gotta fuck with your head so much.
$1 million is manageable. I think when you get $50 million, you got to go like move to Manitoba.
Well, that's what I was wondering what the cutoff is, because if I won $1 million from lottery right now, it's with taxes and all that shit, you take the lump sum, whatever. It's $600,000. It's like cool. You can't buy a house in Compton for that.
No. I think that
no shade.
Depending on where you come from, I think the level changes. Like if you're poor, $5 million you're fucked. If you're
you're on some Succession shit right here.
If you're upper middle class, then like $5 million ain't gonna really affect you that much.
There's like a whole speech on
on
Succession about how like that amount of money will like fuck you up more. Like this money, it's like you have 50 million, or you have 3 million. Like you don't have a plan. You're crippled. Your life is hell. You have more money than these guys. Whatever.
No, but that's I believe that's. I think that the curse of the lottery is real, though.
It is, but I think that, I was just thinking about ideas like this. It would be an interesting movie or like a thought process of if somebody, like a Theo Vaughn type was like, I just won 1.2 billion, and he's like, I'm going to make a show of it. I'm not going to go into hiding. I'm not going to move to Manitoba. And
that would be sick. Like I'm gonna live my life out loud and see how long I last, basically.
Because I feel like that's the thing that everyone is so fascinated with is like how rich and famous people live their lives, and they gravitate towards people who are honest about it versus those who are shy and secretive about it. So when people are like, "Yeah, I'm fucking rich as hell. I have this plane, and I could do whatever the hell I want." But an honest recollection
that might
have something
to do with the rise of hip hop. Honestly, The like
yeah.
outwardly being like, yeah, I made it. I got money. I got cars. I got house. I got You're right.
Come and take it. I'm shooting people who are on my front yard. I wanted to talk about Grimes. I saw a tweet of hers.
I saw this.
She said she's monumentally embarrassed that she's finally getting into Christianity because it's the only thing that's helping her quit vaping.
I mean,
Great
this
tweet.
this is the only cool thing she's ever done. So I respect it. And did she say she smelled like nickels because of having bullet casings in?
Yeah. She had a perfectly good explanation as to why she always smells like a roll of nickels.
So do you think she's about to have like a Azalea arc where she's like funny on Twitter and like doing wild shit? Or do you think this is a one-off?
I think she gets a joke off every once in a while. I think she has a good sense of humor inside of her that has been fully destroyed.
How does she earn money? Child support from Elon? Like she doesn't put out music or done anything in a long time.
She still puts out music. She's moved into the EDM space.
Tale as old as time.
So there's this like producer guy, I forgot, it's like Ana Maya or something like that, but that's
my favorite club in Tulum, but go ahead.
It's very Illuminati-ish, but he just did a show at the Sphere, and he's like this DJ that plays just like tech house, like just regular kind of boring whatever music. But he has these insane visuals of like robots who are like, you've seen like videos of music festivals.
So he's a Grimes
like
collaborator.
I think they're dating now.
Oh hell no!
But he's like a techno futurist.
What's his name?
I think it's Ana Maya, something like that.
Techno futurist. That's my new email signature. Chris Black, techno futurist.
But he just did a show at the Sphere this weekend.
Wow. Okay, so he's big.
It's called Anima, Anyma.
Enema. What the hell?
Anima.
Damn, I didn't know she had a man.
So I think they're dating, and he just did the first EDM show at the Sphere. But the visuals are just like, it looks it looks insane.
Looks
but
like Dune.
Not in a cool way. Yeah, it looks like Dune.
I didn't know. Okay, I didn't realize that. It's crazy that a guy I've never, not that I'm so well versed, but a guy I've never even heard of.
Right?
But that's like music now. It's like people are just huge and they're in their own little silo, and you either know it or you don't. And
but I think the reason is that I don't know any of his music, and you've never heard of him, and he's headlining the Sphere and every music festival, is that he doesn't make music, he makes visuals, and that's what
I see.
That's why he's so big.
It's like about the experience.
Yeah, without the giant 500-foot screen behind him with like a sick robot going
nobody
Yeah,
cares.
then it's just bullshit. So he's smart for doing that, or they're smart for doing that if he's like half robot or whatever.
This little George Jetson with turntables ass up here scratching his ass off.
But hopefully, Grimes needs to date just like a regular, funny, cool guy. Because she has like a good person inside of her that's been really
I just really hate
up.
her music and always have. Like, I don't
I've
get
always
it.
had a soft spot
She
for
made
her.
that really great music video we've talked about at the Monster Truck Rally.
Yeah.
That I loved.
Is that Oblivion?
I think so. I think that's like the hit. Singles. I think that's like the hit. But I love the music video, but I just don't get it. Like, I just don't. And I guess I don't know.
I think friend of the show, Unknown Mortal Orchestra, recently said that she's the white MIA and is having the same trajectory as that.
Although it's interesting because
when she first came out, really cute, quirky, interesting, special, one of a kind, breakthrough artist, marries a weird, creepy rich guy, has a kid, goes cuckoo after that.
I mean, I wonder if it's interesting that maybe it's because
MIA's guy was hot though.
Yeah, well, he's a Bronfman. That money's long. I mean, Elon's money's long too, but it's public. You know what I mean? It's a little different. Is the
Elon's money is long,
but MIA is. I feel like Diplo's been. Is it because it's the anniversary of? Was it like the anniversary of?
It might be, yeah.
Because he's posting a lot of like history and like pictures of them like making that record.
Is it the 20 year? Is 15?
I think it might be 20, bro.
Oh, bro, I remember when the first MIA record came out, like when that video dropped on YouTube.
Bro, it was
and everyone was losing their shit. Like, who is this person?
The
So sick.
the original.
Yeah, like galang galang, and it's like just
God,
her
shit is
dancing on a white background.
It's honestly crazy how good it was.
Looks like a
It's
in
still
living
good.
color video.
The one that's got the gunshot, that shit is like
Paper Planes.
that's eternally good. Like that will hold up forever.
I play MIA songs in my DJ
And
sets
people
still.
love it.
Boys with the Z.
Oh,
You
yeah,
drop
yeah,
that
yeah.
in the gay club. Bruh, they gotta mop that shit up afterwards.
I love that song. I remember. I think I've said this before, but I remember when the video came out for when they're ghost riding the cars in the desert.
Yeah.
Like I was we were doing a shoot in like South Georgia, and we all stopped and like circled around the computer to watch it because it was so crazy.
And the song was also good too. That was probably her last good.
Great video,
song.
great song. But they don't. That video is like. I mean, it was Roman Gravis. That is like as good as it gets.
Mm-hmm. And Grimes doesn't have any of those for you.
Grimes doesn't have that.
Speaking of Diplo, I was watching the Netflix roast of 2024.
Yeah, I didn't. That hasn't come up. It hasn't been recommended to me, which is weird.
Maybe because you've been in Canada.
Oh, that's a good point. So it roasts the entire year.
Yeah, it's like a end of the year
And I know
thingy
that
where they roast.
former guest Hannah Berner got in trouble for calling Blake Lively a cunt, and Tim Dillon played the ghost of the United Healthcare CEO.
Also, Hannah Berner, she was Ray Gun from the Olympics. She came out and dressed exactly the same.
That's good.
Did all the moves. Pulled
That's
it off.
cool.
Very like I almost thought it was actually Ray
We
Gun.
need to get the Giggly Squad. I think we need to do that's her podcast with Paige.
Yeah.
I think we need to do
I think Hannah was on the pod a little too early, and I think her sword has only sharpened
absolutely.
since then.
But I would love a kind of 2-on-2 match. Giggly
burn
Squad, how
off.
long gone? Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I think everyone but our wives would like that idea.
Just a nice little doubles match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just like successful hot women who do exactly the same thing as us. Anyway, we're going to lock ourselves in a room with them for a few hours. Toodaloo.
So is it good?
But
Should I watch
speaking of,
this?
it's fine. It's over quick. It's really kind of thrown together, but
Yeah.
they edit it in a way where like the jokes are flying and snappy. Sam Morril did a good job. And Jeff, I thought Jeff Ross, who is normally not that
Are you talking about the Roastmaster?
Roastmaster, Jeff Ross, I thought he did a good job. He had cancer.
Yeah.
And it's like he said it's like his last chemotherapy session happened at the same time as the taping, whatever. I think cancer turned him into like a better guy.
I
He's
could see
more
that.
self-deprecating in a way that's not like ugh.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's always been like good at his job, but every other joke is like Anyway, he's funny, but Diplo's in the front row and he's like, "Oh, Diplo's here. I'm assuming that's not short for diploma." And then somebody else,
That's good.
who was it? Somebody else said a joke that said Drake is the only Jew who lost a war this year.
Oh shit.
There was a lot of zingers like that where it was like, "Oh, mama," a lot of Diddy stuff.
Really? Okay.
It's worth a watch.
But so who is it just like a kind of menagerie of comedians?
It's not a standard roast because it's like half.
But is it like Netflix comedians?
Yes.
Okay.
And the downside is there are like the Squid Games guys bopping around in the.
Did John Mulaney bring out Brand New to play a song?
This was not a Mulaney type beat.
It's too gnarly.
This one is a little more
Okay.
Simon Rex and
I love that cut. Yeah, they do a cut to the Squid Game cast in the audience.
yeah. I don't need to see that. What else was it? Oh yeah, I saw other friend of the show, Stanley Tucci. He tweeted or posted on Instagram a photo of him holding a martini. Here, you can read his caption. It just reminded me of you when I saw the caption.
Huh. So it's Stanley Tucci wearing a pretty bad 3-piece suit. Weird 3-piece suit. Navy with a gray vest. It's a weird choice.
And he still claims to be straight.
He's in his home wet bar holding what seems to be a bottle of gin as well as a martini that looks to have raspberries.
I think they're red olives.
Red olives. I didn't know that.
So it looks like he's holding the bottle of Tanqueray 10 as if it's a SpawnCon kind of thing.
It is. And then his I guess teenage daughter went into Photoshop and it says slams laptop shut till January. One of my least favorite, two of my least favorite things on the internet: slams laptop shut till, and a picture of something that says today's office. There's nothing worse. Nothing worse.
Okay, try these on options on for side here. What if it says slams laptop shut till, and then it's a date that's so far in the future it's actually kind of cool?
No, that could, yeah.
Like if I post it right now, slams laptop shut until Halloween.
Yeah, that's
like,
funny.
oh, the homie's taking 10 months off?
I was thinking more slams laptop shut till like 2030. You know what I mean? But that would be some like liberal. Like,
no. If I was about to do a bid,
hey, I gotta do a dime, so I'm not gonna be back for a minute.
Luigi said slams laptop shut until
2050.
No, I mean,
I was thinking, I like that, or just, I mean, I don't know.
DD closing the bad boy laptop, the bad
Stanley
boy Acer.
Tucci posting like that is just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think he left his wife or something like that. Like I think he like was doing some tweets about how like he may have caught his wife cheating or something like that, and they broke up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd cheat on him too. The fuck? Pasta ain't that good, bro.
Yeah, like I said, I saw Babygirl, went to the movies a couple days ago, and there's pros and cons. There's like a couple scenes where I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm seeing this in the theater. There's like a rave scene where he takes her to the club.
Great.
Really, really good scene, good music, good volume, good strobe light visuals. And you really needed that pounding bass from a giant movie theater experience. So I was like, oh, this has sort of restored my faith in the theater experience, because I really want to go to theaters, but the pull of watching it at home is just so strong. It's really hard to resist. But I realized that when I watch it at home, I'm paying $10 a month. I'm watching, there's no commercials. It plays instantly. And then I go to the theater and pay for parking, $50 for tickets and a thing of popcorn. The movie starts at 7 and they play commercials until 7:20.
I hate trailers.
No, not trailers.
I hate trailers.
I'm talking
and commercials.
about before the 7 trailers.
Oh, yeah. There's like
Mountain Dew commercials.
Yeah.
And it's not like if I'm watching the 824 channel and they played ads and they would be like, oh, this is like ads for Gia and like Loewe. It's like cool. It's like ads for video, like slot machine apps on your phone.
It's gambling and Doritos.
Gambling and Doritos.
Sure.
Needs to be like a phrase that we use. So I'm like, so I just paid $70 to watch 30 minutes of gambling and Doritos ads versus watching it at home for a fraction of the cost with 0 ads.
I have to go, or I can't.
And I can have a glass of water with me without sneaking it into my jacket.
I can't. I wouldn't watch anything if it was at home streaming. Like I have to. Like I saw Babygirl because.
Well, that's because of your attention deficit
I saw
disorder.
Babygirl because it was like, you come at this time, it's free. We have popcorn for you. There's bottled Avion. Sit in that chair. You know.
Okay, so White Glove.
Make Jeremy O'Harris duck so you can see the fucking screen. And then
can we do something about Jeremy O'Harris?
Gail King was at the screening of Babygirl.
Gail
walked in. Look, I was like, damn, because I saw her name on one of the chairs. Like, I can't believe Gail is actually here.
Damn, it's a munch convention over here at this movie theater. You, Gail, Jeremy.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. It could be 20 shorter, but overall I liked it. I think if it had the feel of a movie that was 3 hours long and then they cut it down to 2.
I think it's less than that. I think it's like an hour and 40.
Okay. Well,
it
feels like a long movie that they had to chop.
I really liked
towards
it.
the end.
I mean, I've only seen one person hate it.
Yeah, I definitely did not hate it. I was happy to watch it. There was, some of the sex scenes, I don't know. Like, that's the other thing. Like, people say the part of the theater experience is like being in a room full of strangers that you can't see or hear and having that shared experience when you're watching danger or emotional release, happiness.
Or Nicole Kidman acting like a dog.
But then that type of, I don't know if I want to watch that type of sex scene for that amount of minutes in public like that. And not because it's like not
Well, I
because
watched it with Andy Baragani and the Cobra Snake, so think how I feel. Okay? Think how I feel. I would rather have been in Pasadena on a Tuesday night.
two of the hairiest, gayest guys I know.
No, but I understand. I don't think of that shared experience stuff at all. I just think of it purely as concentration. Like I will not look at my phone because that's rude to other people. But if I'm at home, I'm just like not even paying attention.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem. So you literally need to be held down.
Like I'm going
by
to go
society.
see the Bob Dylan movie, and I don't want to. But
Are
I
theaters back?
Huh?
Are theaters back because of? Are movie theaters going to become the new
I'm telling
sensory
you,
deprivation chamber?
maybe.
Or
I mean,
or
that's
cold
what I was
plunge?
reading about how to like get off your phone. Yeah, there's like some story about how to get off your phone, and like people think working out. I'm like, all the gym is guys sitting on their fucking phones hogging machines. The gym doesn't do it. Barry's boot camp, like classes do it. Like I don't even bring my phone in. Most people do, but yeah, I don't know what else there is.
Yeah, I guess it is group fitness like that.
Like group fitness, and some teachers will shame you if you bring a phone in, which is how it should be.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't. I'm going to see the Bob Dylan movie though. I can't wait.
It's fun. I mean, that would be quite ironic if our attention spans were what saved the theatrical experience.
I told you there was that opinion story in the New York Times about like male movie stars and how we had been didn't have them,
void of them for so long,
and now it's like Timothy Chalamet and even Glenn Powell and all these guys are like kind of just like movie stars that like sell tickets. I think that's a big part of it too.
It is, and I think because of our age, it's like when you see NFL players or basketball players, where you're like, these people are the new Michael Jordans of the world, and then in our mind, we're like, they're still 14 years. Like Timothy Chalamet is 30.
28,
20, whatever.
Oh no, the Paul Mescal's 28 because people are like, damn, this motherfucker looks old. We need to give him some retinol.
But like, even though Chalamet is almost 30, he has a mustache. He's still 11 years old in my head. So it's like, I
bet he was the same age as like DiCaprio when he was in Romeo and Juliet. Or
absolutely,
whatever. You know what I mean?
Same
but
age
you're right.
Same age as Tom Cruise in Risky Business.
Yeah, he looks like a twink though, so it's different.
When we were watching Michael Jordan on TV, we're like, wow, that's a cool guy. And I'm sure our parents and grandparents were like, he looks like a baby.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan was probably like 22 to it. Like this.
Okay, what else happened?
So much.
I don't know. Oh yeah, I saw what's the model, the tall girl trans model that won like the Model of the Year award, Alex Kasani.
Kasani, yeah.
She was at the RealReal.
Okay.
Almost as tall as I am.
Damn,
with
really?
the heels on.
She had heels on? Midday?
There were I don't know if it was a heel, but it was something lengthening in some way.
See, everybody has to make returns at some point. Even the Model of the Year.
I knew that. I'm assuming that they were tall as they're a model, but I didn't think it was gonna be like that. Oh yeah, actually, we were talking about real estate housing earlier, and Carolyn was looking at some houses, and she said that it's becoming a trend where the entire house is a rendering. It's not just like the furniture has been put in post,
Really?
but like the whole, and it's happening on houses where they're like teardowns, and then they're showing you
what it could be.
Yeah, the potential of what it could be. And I was like, is that even legal? Because I had never heard of that, and she's like, yeah, I guess it is legal as long as you disclose that.
The AI staging ruins every house. It's like the worst. I hate it. I'd rather see empty rooms than AI staging.
Yeah, but what if it becomes so good that you can't tell? I think the problem is there's the uncanny valley where even if it looks real, it still
not
feels.
about that. It's about the taste of the person doing the rendering. It's like, oh, this is the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Cool people with taste haven't mastered and harnessed AI technology yet. It's still the engineers from other countries who are doing the design choices.
I asked you.
Not to get Vivek on it.
Please don't get Vivek
Not
on
to get Big Littlefoot Big Shoe on it.
Why is there so much space at the back of the shoe?
He could fit a tuna sando, a katsu sando in between his heel and the back of his shoe.
It's kind of the perfect crime if you get it right, because we ain't ever going to see our public officials shoeless. You know what I'm saying? It's like really it. Like it's not like when a chick takes off her heels, you're like, damn, you're 5'2". It's like you're never gonna see Vivek. We're never gonna see him without shoes on.
Unless it's like a candid photo on the beach where you're not really going to be able to tell the height of him.
Yeah, it's like I just think it's kind of the perfect crime, except for his shoes don't fit.
Or unless somebody stages an assassination and then your shoe falls off because the lifts in it. You know what I mean?
Like you're saying they pull the toolie out and it blows me out of my shoes?
Like with Trump. That's what happened to Trump.
Yeah, that's true.
When he ducked down, somehow one of his shoes just fell off of his feet, which is not a thing that should be happening. It's like when you get the loafers and then you have to get the little wedge underneath the tongue because it doesn't stick in there enough.
Just gotta get shoes that fit, man. It's not that hard.
I can't get it in yet. Wedge, use the tongue.
Use the tongue. I know a bunch of people got sent like the Chrome Hearts Christmas gift, which is a rubber Chrome Hearts doorstop.
Oh,
and it is nice. And I keep seeing it.
What's
going
to happen when Chrome Hearts runs out of doohickeys?
They're never.
Brand?
That's the thing. They'll never because Ben Egger made one too out of like maybe solid steel, which is also very sick.
And I came.
But I don't need, but I like
very
my
Patrick Bateman.
But you know I love to use my kettlebell as a doorstop.
Yeah, that is
my
a good
Supreme kettlebell is the greatest. Thank you, Tim.
That's one item. Like I always thought doorstops and paperweights. I was like, regardless of income, when am I ever going to I've never needed a door stopper. The door closes or it opens.
No, this is literally why I have it. One of the doors.
You need to get Tim the Toolman Taylor. Wilson needs to come over and take a look at it.
I've had someone come take a look at it after the remodel, and they were literally like, "Yeah, it should be," but it's just because when the house settles, the temperature changes and shit. It changes.
Don't give me the settles.
I'm just
telling you.
Don't
give me the house settles.
So I have to use it. You think I want to say that? I fucking hate all this shit. It's stupid.
Every second, it pained me to say those words.
Painted, but I have to use it. And I could use a Chrome Hearts doorstop.
I would love a Chrome Hearts doorstop. I would break my door to use it.
And it's rubber. It's cheap.
Imagine that in the car. Just pull it out at Trader Joe's. Keep the door open while you're loading.
Oh, fucking Trader Joe's.
But the renderings, the house renderings, that had me thinking about when that technology does get good enough, and then as well as like the AI facial and body transformation technology. Is there going to be a market in the future? This is a little bit of a tinfoil, maybe not tinfoil, but a shower thought idea. Is there going to be a market in the future for people who are really good at photoshopping renderings, AI of like faces? Like when you get a nose job, they'll show you like the simulation of what it is. But like you said, all of the furniture is in poor taste. What if people who have good taste in plastic surgery, faces, bodies, things like that, meet with people who have that technology, and then there'll be a market for showing people what the potential is. So
it's a sales tool.
It's a sales tool for human dating, I guess.
No, I think that's
or it's like, hey, I'm a really cool guy, and I'm fat and ugly, and I'm bald. And if you invested $200,000 in my body, I got on Ozempic, I had this and this done. This is what I would look like, and somebody could like stamp it and verify it like this has been approved by me.
And then you get chose up.
And then you can get chose up.
That's I like that because I was thinking more of it as a sales tool.
Because there's so much potential out there.
Totally.
Underneath.
Can you imagine if I put 200 G's into myself, what I would look like? God damn.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like, you don't know how to do that. You just have the money.
But I think that this is good because I was thinking of it more as like a plastic surgeon being like, come in for a consultation, and then in a week I'm going to send you what it will look like when I get done with you, and then people will invest.
Yeah, it's sort of like I forgot what it is when Carolyn does a shoot for a magazine. It's like a letter of intent.
Yeah.
LOI. Where it's like, this person is going to pay me $700,000. I'm going to do this, and this, and this is what it's going to guaranteed going to look like. And then the Saudi prince will marry whoever it is if the potential's there. Because it's hard for the dating world is tough. And there's a lot of diamonds in the rough out there that just need a scrubbing.
Just a nice scrub down.
Let's scrub these uglies. Face all fucked up. Fix it.
Scrub these damn uglies.
And if you're like, if you give me all this money and fix me up, I'll do whatever you want, Daddy.
Yeah, that's a nice little trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice little trade-off.
You want to take a coffee mug, throw it on the ground, and say, clean it up? Guess who's getting on all fours? Because now my ears are fixed.
I love breaking stuff.
That's another thing. I could not watch all those power struggle sex scenes without laughing a little bit.
Well, yeah.
It just seems so...
He is so good looking. Like...
You think so?
Oh, yeah. He's Do you
think my wife thinks so?
Yeah. Every wife thinks so. He's one of the most agreed upon hot guys in a long time.
Yeah.
Because he also
he was doing the shirtless dancing and he had his kind of thoughty tattoos.
Yeah, the whiskey. That movie, I think a big reason why that movie works is because it was in New York, which I think made it cool.
I'm just glad that those guys in real life
are fucking dorks.
No, not dorks, but like those types of people. They burn hot, but they'll never land. They'll never take our bitches.
No, because they live in Ridgewood unless they're famous. Like they live in Bushwick unless they're famous.
There is that element of it, but they'll either, I mean, not to bring up the dead, but like a Dash Snow kind of type. They burn so bright.
Yeah,
they're so powerful, so sexy, so strong, so bad boy.
Dash Snow's a great example of maybe the only, besides Willie Nelson.
Or Terry Richardson as well. Sorry.
The only guy, but Dash Snow's actually dead.
True.
But the only guy who's ever pulled off pigtails besides Willie Nelson. Like, you're fucking tens with pigtails. That is...
Yeah.
And you're on drug. I mean, it's the coolest thing possible. Mm-hmm. And your art's good. It's too much. It's
or
too
maybe the ATL twins. I guess nobody wanted to fuck them.
I think they were... Oh, I disagree.
I mean, that's not true. But
Dash Snow is kind of a heartthrob.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, all those guys were that whole
but like
Warhol's
those
children.
Types of bad boys.
Yeah.
They're like an idea. They're a fantasy. This is just me telling myself.
Well, you're not wrong, and I'm glad that you're telling everyone.
Who's the female version of that? Sexy
like
Red?
a manic pixie like dream girl is like the same.
Like a Tumblr thought?
Yeah, but you gotta have more than that. You
got
got
disorder, cutter,
all of that,
bust it down
for sure. But there's also just like an attitude that comes with it, an IDGAF attitude,
like a psycho bunny.
Don't talk about my favorite polo shirts.
Yo, I fucked this psycho bunny last night.
Psycho bunny.
All right, I guess that's it.
How long gone? Happy New Year. We'll be out and about in LA celebrating the
Chris in town
2025. We'll be back.
Friends of the show, tap in.
We'll be back January 1st with another.
Yeah, I can't believe we did not take any days off. Good for us.
No days off. All you other podcasts, I see the lull. Mm-hmm. I see it. I check
see
my
a
app.
little going back into the archive re-release shit.
And I think the reader mailbag, I haven't heard much feedback, but I think it was fun to do.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine.
I think we'll make it a yearly. I think it's nice to do that.
I didn't have anybody say, "Hey, I liked it. It was really good." It was more so like, I like that you guys are experimenting with different formats in the new year kind of thing.
Okay, well, next episode will just be an hour-long Jason essential mix then with no talking. Or maybe I just talk over the whole mix.
Don't tempt me with a great plan.
Give me the
Chris.
mic. I'm about to go A-side mode, bro. Don't...
Talking all through this bitch.
I'm talking all over this shit.
This record was released in 1971, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm reading the Wikipedia of your favorite artist while Jason plays it. HowLongGone.com is the website. We'll be back next week. More podcasts. Happy New Year to all of you. Try to get some work done this week. Don't be lazy.
Get your coke tested. Get your coke tested this weekend.
Get your fence strips. You already know what time it is.